You are on too, sir. Welcome, everybody. We're ready to get started here on the 650 under tour stop number 1. Championship tour at Bullshooters. Bear with us. All right. We're ready to get started here. So table number 1 close side. We had Fred versus Luis. And then far side's going to be Brian versus Duncan. How you doing today, Justin?
Good, Pete. How you doing, man?
Another Sunday, But doing good. This will be the final 8 players of the tournament today. We have a couple matches going on the other bar boxes. But yeah.
So it looks like these 2 front tables are the winner side, right?
These are both going to be on the winner side,
yep.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 tables that are off stream are on the back side.
Yeah, and we'll keep you posted on the far table score. You can follow along at Digital Pool, one of our sponsors too as well. Shout out, might as well at this point. You can follow alongside the bracket up there. It's live. Scoring's live, all that jazz. And they're going to tee it off here. They're figuring it out. We'll be good to go.
Yep, so first up we got Fred Stanfield and Luis De La Luz. There is at least a 35-point difference, so it's going to be 7-6.
Oh, it's going to be a 7-6 race. That's right. Tim had mentioned that. 6-17 Fargo and a 578.
Yeah, I figured it out all on my own. I went in there and I was proud of myself.
The far table is also a 7-6 race. Brian Wilson being a 639, and Duncan Weiss being a 603. Our format today is 10 ball, right?
I believe so. That's what they were practicing.
All right.
Racking up. What's going on, Alex? You finally put your name in on Facebook. Everyone always called him Laura because he didn't have Alex in there, and then he started running tournaments, and they're like,
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he didn't start. He's always ran tournaments, but started helping out Tim a little bit. All right, first look at the break from Luis.
Oh man, too bad that doesn't count, but that was a nice little break right there.
Yeah.
Everything looks pretty free and clear on this rack, even when the 10 goes back in here. The 2 ball's a little tricky now.
Yeah, I've played Luis my fair share. He goes to Metro a lot. I've got to play him pretty significant amount. He's a bit of a. He pockets balls really well. And I imagine I think I played Fred one time, and he just mopped the floor with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're gonna see. Fred's gonna be much more deliberate, but Luis is big rhythm guy. Likes to see balls going holes.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about it before we went live, how much we play like Luis over at Metro, and he's a kind of fire from the hip kind of dude, and the first shot comes out as a safety.
Yeah,
I guess I eat my own words, huh?
Got a hole.
Yeah, he definitely had a good look at that shot, a little overcut.
Probably expect a little bit of that in these first maybe 1 or 2 games. These guys have practiced enough before this, but just being on the stream as your first matchup, I imagine a little jittery.
Yeah, and I'm sure yesterday was a long day, as always, making it to day 2, so it's going to be a little tired. It's going to be morning.
Yeah, I've always told people I don't mind being on stream, but it's always like I'd almost prefer it be my second match. That way I get kind of settled into the room. I get that back arm loose a little bit,
Yeah, it's definitely one more element added to your game.
Yeah.
More influence.
little anxiety-inducing for sure.
Yeah, we saw it last week too. I mean, I think the first match that was out there, they were kind of banging balls back and forth before they found their rhythm, both players. Well, I think this answers the question I was about to ask: is if that 2 ball goes past that 9.
Got a better look than I.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does. Good.
Just barely. Good ball control there. Again, welcome everybody joining us in chat. We appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting with us. Helps us keep entertained during the lulls, and it's fun talking with everybody too.
Sounds like we got the whole YouTube thing up now, doesn't it?
Yes, so
Did you
that's
get that
another
figured
thing.
out?
Yeah, so everybody joining us on Facebook, you guys got live notifications as always, but we're going to be doing a dual stream now, so we're going to Facebook too as well. And I think the ultimate plan is to migrate completely over there because the quality is just way better when you Chromecast it to your TV or you're looking on your phone. So if you go to Donkey Pool Productions on YouTube, and the chat's plugged in to us as well over there, so we get to see both Facebook and YouTube's chat.
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I
that's-
just need to get a little momentum over there. I imagine it's pretty new. This is the first stream, I believe, on that,
Yes.
to my knowledge.
Yeah, this is going to be the first stream we have up and running on that. And the nice thing about this is we're going to be able to keep records and categorize everything in playlists so you can go back and easily find it. I'm going to be able to fill out chapters and stuff so I can type people's names into the matches they played so you can just fast forward using the chapter system they have over there. So if you played a match on day 1, 7 hours into the stream, you don't have to sit there and kind of fast forward through and find it.
I don't want this 7 going too far.
Might be squeaking out just a little bit. He's still got pretty good coverage in the 8. But yeah, head on over there if you guys want to.
He's looking at it too. I've seen Luis shoot this a lot. A lot of times he likes to go to the side rail and kind of spin it like with some left, but it
I'll
looks
kind of
like
force it a little bit.
yeah, it looks like he's going 2 rails here. Is he
Great
gonna
on
get a
that.
roll? Not better than ball in hand.
Yeah, that's very true. It's kind of one of the tougher shots in the book when you're shooting out of a corner, kind of off angle, depending on the pocket you go into, might be a little blind.
Yeah, it's a tough shot, especially in your first game. Damn.
Yeah, just looking at Fred right now, his mechanics look so good. His stance, stroke.
This is my favorite type of matchup. You got someone that's a bit of a more of a gunslinger, likes to fire balls in, likes to see the cue ball move a little bit. And I've seen from Fred, he's a bit more methodical, a bit more deliberate. Let's know exactly where that cue ball's going.
What's going on, James? Yeah, so that's kind of the whole reason why we were moving over there. I mean, there's just so many more benefits to it. Yeah, and Facebook can get a little tough sometimes with, when it gets loud in here and the music plays. I mean, there's just so many elements that YouTube just kind of makes a little bit more sense for us. Yeah, and mentioning the smart TV thing, I mean, yeah, YouTube has got a great app, pretty much integrated into all of it,
Like Fred goes up 1-0. He looked real good there.
That was a
Really didn't make a mistake. I think he played one safe.
sturdy run. Yeah.
Luis 2 rail kicked at that ball, got a good hit, and he cut that ball in and ran it out from there.
The YouTube channel is under Donkey Pool Productions right now. Good on, kid.
Mike
So, yeah.
Sandoval says Fred wins this tournament for sure. That's a
Oh.
bold statement
All
this
right.
early, Mike.
I like it, though.
Looks good.
Yeah, and at one point, a little bit later, probably in the second match, we're going to be linking all the sponsor stuff in the descriptions and all that jazz, and we'll be going over that. But shout out to everybody for help putting this together. This is a lot of fun.
Oh, really amped into that break.
Yeah.
Just caught it just off center. Those side pockets play so big at that pace.
That was a great break, too, if that cue ball stayed up.
Yeah.
All right, well, Luis has got his work cut out for him, but it should be pretty straightforward here. 3 to 4 transfers nicely.
Yeah, this is where Luis shines a bit. Well, you know, I don't want to jinx nothing, but
oh, we're already starting the commentators quiz, huh?
No, he tends to clean up racks pretty well, specifically with ball in hand. I mean, that's from what I've seen. I've played him, I think, 200 times. He's been killing it over at Metro lately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely the player to run into over there. Got a little squirrely on that ball going in, but he's still all right. He's got to try and get this 7. If you overstroke this, you're going to be behind the 10 fairly easily.
I'm kind of curious. I think the angle's there. I shouldn't have a problem going forward with it.
Holds it with inside nice. Very nicely done. This will be a nice response from Luis too to get this rack back.
Yeah, that's what you know. Where Luis will get you. One of those guys I specifically found with him. If balls are there, he's out. But
yeah.
A lot of the time, yeah. For me personally, I've always felt that I had to apply a ton of pressure with safeties, keep them kicking when I can.
Yep. Yeah, that was great ball pace to get on that 10 ball too, by the way. I mean, that was dead nuts in. All right, ties it up 1-1. Oh, that's right. Far table, we got to get an update. Let's see here.
Yeah, if we haven't mentioned already that on that back table, that is a winner's match as well, and we got Brian Wilson at a 639 and Duncan. That's even a 7-6. Duncan's probably not used to going 7-6 in these. He's always been the one that's given weight, but since Tim opened it up to a 650 in their tour,
Yep.
might see a little bit of that.
Yeah, and it looks like the score over there is 1-1 as well. And again, I know we harped on this last week. We were having some technical issues. We're running on a hot spot right now, so if you guys have any issues with the stream, please be patient and let us know too. On our end, we look pretty green over here, so green to go.
You know what's kind of funny is since we're transitioning over like to Facebook and YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
I think on Facebook you always get their real names, but on YouTube you get to see the
usernames,
cool username nicknames and the
Yep.
I think we'll see some pretty interesting ones. Because I remember when I created a YouTube account in middle school, I don't know what it says, but I'm embarrassed to check.
Yeah, and the one really big benefit that Facebook has over YouTube is the go live function. You know, Facebook's kind of integrated into your phone, and when we go live, it kind of pushes notifications to you. Whereas YouTube, it's kind of you pretty much have to be logged onto that app.
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna keep it dual for a while.
Yeah, Fred judged that well. That was a great shot.
Yeah, the sound is in a little bit. We're gonna try and adjust the gain. Again, it's because we have background music going, so we have to kind of hard cut the mics.
Yeah, a bit of that is a little deceiving. I've went back and watched a little bit of it. It sounds more so like it's cutting in and out because when the mic stops, it cuts it completely off and it's like dead silence. It only picks up when we start talking. Maybe we're not talking loud enough, but
yeah.
That being said, it's a little deceiving too.
Yeah, the Southwest Desert Cup, man. I went back and watched the replays on that one. It was like crowd, crowd sound and all that jazz, and the music is just blaring. So, and we get copyright struck for all the music gets played in the background, so we have to hard cut them.
Take it on. Expensive. I think he was trying to use that 7.5 as well down here. That would have been 6.
Yeah.
Oh, he really doesn't want to make one of those. I think he'll have to look at this too, Pete.
Yeah.
Kind of come around for the 3 as well. Not sure how thick he has to hit this. Good shot.
He's lining it up like it goes through. It's going to be a tight window. Oh, it just rattles out.
Really tried to throw it in with the bottle left and hold that cue ball.
Yeah.
Just hit it a little too full trying to hold it. I don't think you want to hit this. I don't think you want to carry this too hard. You want to keep the 5 close, just like that. Good shot. Any kind of pace on that, you lose your 5 ball a little bit.
Yep. And he's got enough angle here to work with too. Yeah. Keep it off that back rail.
Bump that 6 not into a bad spot either. Coming down for the 5.
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier, I don't think you want to touch that 6 because it goes, but he bumped it to an even better spot.
All right, well, both gents look pretty dialed right now. Very dialed after the last 3 racks.
Anybody else that needs a second chance?
Yeah, Luis looks good.
Great ball in. Wow. All right, Luis with a 2-1 over Fred here. That's huge on the weight as well.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do against a guy like Fred. If you want to try and win, trying to play catch up with a guy like this, I think from the little I've seen from him, he's not going to give you much.
Yeah. A good break right here, but it's a little unfortunate on the sleeve. The cue ball kind of, I think, moved around a little bit more than he wanted it to.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's calling the push. Fred can choose to be aggressive here if he wants. He hasn't shown that he wants to as of the first few racks. Expect a safe, but we'll see if he tries to fire in the bank. Did.
Went for it, just barely missing that pocket, too. I mean, it was just on the inside.
Yeah, that was asking a lot to cut that one and come around for the two.
Yeah.
I mean, he got there, but
Yeah, I think that if that one was potted in, I think that cue ball would have ended up on that back rail.
yeah, I think it being the one ball influenced his decision a little bit. So, it's still early in the rack. I have a good chance to get back to it. Maybe if I miss, but I think in this type of tour, I've personally had to switch that mentality in the past. It's like every ball could be your last is kind of an adjustment I've had to make in this kind of tour. You get complacent when I've played at Metro too much, or I played the 550 and other tours when I was in there, and you could get away with a lot. I don't think you're going to get away with a lot here.
Yeah, I feel like the tables over. I could be completely wrong on this too. I feel like the tables over at Metro play bigger pocket size. I feel like they're a little bit more
much
forgiving.
bigger. Yeah, they're much bigger. They are forgiving,
which is kind of a rare form for a diamond table. I've never really played on loose diamonds.
They play bigger for diamonds. They're probably the biggest pockets that I've played on diamond tables.
Yeah.
I don't get the whole blue label, this label, that label thing, but I know whatever they got going on over there is marginally more accepting and wider for sure. Yeah, this is what I mean with Luis. You take on an aggressive shot on the one. Unless he felt good about the shot. If he felt good about it, you can't fault him for taking it on. But
yeah,
Fred will clean up on you. Got ourselves a ball game, Pete.
Yep. One thing I was going to go ahead and notate, too, from comparison from last weekend, there's definitely a higher tier of player in this tour for sure.
Yeah, that's exciting. I love that. I think Tim mentioned that. I can't, I wish I wrote it down, but it sounds like almost a majority of the players in this tournament were 600 or at least high 500s.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty big, strong field right there.
Yeah, which confuses me a little bit because every 35 points, I mean, I feel real good in a 7-3 race against Tim. I'm just kidding.
20 guys. We had 20 players over 600, 14 over 500, 5 under 500.
Okay.
So there's, all right. So
players left under 600.
So 20 over 600, 14 over 500, and 5 under 500.
Yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
yep. Yeah, we're joined by Tim right here, our tournament director, who's running, I think, 2 other tournaments alongside this as well. I think we have the second chance, 615 under over there, and then I think there's another one. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think there's a 500 and under, and then
Yes,
there's a
the
second
500 under.
chance.
Yep.
So there.
Maniac.
However, that being said, there are only 2 players in the 500s that are left. One you're watching right now, Luis, and then you got Jesse Guerrero over there hanging in on the backside. He's got his hands full with Manny Lovano over there.
Yeah. That's going to be a tough match for him for sure.
It's a tough match for anyone.
Yeah, Jesse being one of our teammates, I guess, from Wednesday.
Yeah, know him well.
All right, well, Duncan's racking over there. Let's go check on the score. Looks like it's 2-2 over there. All right, 2 close matches here. Again, far table is Brian Wilson and Duncan Weiss, 7-6 race. 7 for Brian, 6 for Duncan. And the current race you can see at the bottom of your screen.
No dress code this year. It seems like there is a dress code in this one, right?
I think so. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see any hats right now. Collared shirts. I think the hat thing might have been thrown out, but I mean, I think we're still wearing pants and collared shirts for sure. It's a good pile right there. I'm just gonna put them pretty even on the rack.
Donation. Okay.
Oh, did that six come out to creep and haunt him here?
Well, Dara, I do see someone with a hat, and that's why I didn't want to ask Tim because I didn't want to get anybody in trouble. So I am not going to verify that information. Wow, that was a real tough shot to take on. It was close, too. Gonna get almost lucky on it.
See if he goes forward or back here. Looks like he's lining up for top. Shot, stay out of the side. Oh, I was about to say, don't do it
Just
to him,
barely.
man.
I think Luis is gonna take a second on that.
Yeah,
That was a little close.
you catch your breath. A little bit too much juice. I think he was going for the side there.
Yeah.
Good shot. Well, Luis is giving Fred a run for his money here, Pete.
Yep.
Luis, no stranger to letting the cue ball loose, too. He does enjoy doing that. He doesn't mind coming up and down table or around the table or using the rails.
Oh yeah. I mean, we were talking about it before. He's kind of a gunslinger, fire from the hip, but what comes with that is rail knowledge and ball speed control.
Oh, if you've ever seen him practice, I mean, it's almost 100%. Like bank shots,
Yeah.
trick shots, this and that. But then he comes to the table, runs out everything. I think he's another guy that's doesn't go talked about as much with his Fargo going up, but he's gone up a pretty decent amount this year specifically. I
was
follow
gonna
stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was about a 567 a few months ago. I'd say maybe 4, 6, 7 months ago. He was close to 570 for sure.
Yeah, and I want to say that I think he was 550-ish like a
Yeah.
couple years ago, right? I mean, that was kind of the zone.
Yeah, and with as much games as he has in Fargo, for that amount of movement in that short time, it's worth a mention for sure.
Yeah.
Tournament. This year, whoever improves the most over the end of the year get a $200 bonus.
Oh.
Sandbagging shit. So like last year, Duncan started as a 573, finished at the 600. Angel Hernandez started at 585, finished at the 620. So he finished 35 points above his Fargo. This year we decided to add a bonus at $200 for the most improved player over the season.
Sweet. All right. Well, you guys heard that
Today
one.
starts the first, or this weekend started the first sign-ups for it, and whenever they sign up and get their tour card, that's what their Fargo will start as, and then at the end of the season we'll take a look at all the players and see how well they progressed.
Okay. Fantastic. All right.
Well, that's awesome. That's more work for you, Tim. I imagine that's hard to go through and sort through, but that's
We'll
cool.
get it figured out.
Yeah.
Guys, keep up the great job.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks,
Thank you.
Tim. I'm sure you all heard it, but he did mention from the time you get your tour card to the last tour stop, whoever improves the most in that period gets a $200 bonus, which ain't bad.
No, that's fantastic.
Love encouraging.
Always finding ways to improve the tour. I love it.
Yep. Oh, don't do it to him. Oh, I think if the 9 didn't get him, I think the point got him.
Yep.
That's devastating.
That is brutal.
Gosh, there's not a straightforward way to go about hitting this 3 either with the 8 there and the 5-10 there. This is devastating, Pete.
Yeah, this is brutal.
Gosh, I might see him push a ball and do another ball.
I think
here.
so, because you almost don't want to disrupt that 6 ball being in the way of the 3. You know.
Yeah, I mean with ball in hand, it's a relatively easy combo, but well, there's nothing easy to push on doing. I don't know. You might just try to really juice this ball and go 2 rails into the 3. I don't know. There's nothing easy about this.
He's got the angle for it, but he doesn't have the ball space for it. Queuing on it.
I think you're gonna. He might. I can't tell if he's trying to go a couple, 2, 3 rail. The 10 plays in the way on 3, doesn't it? Oh, what a try!
Just barely went wide.
Yeah, I think he really had to spin that ball to catch it. He hit it good. Probably deserved a little better on that one, but brutal roll he got.
This might be another huge rack here for Luis if he can close this out.
This is a huge rack for Luis.
This transfer is the biggest, and then it's pretty much gets good on this 5. It'll be game over.
Yeah, we mention it quite a bit. The difference between 4-2 and 3-3 is generally the difference between a set. There's a lot of pool left, but it's a huge difference on paper. Fred's got the ability to get it done too.
Good stroke, don't overdo it. Don't overcook it.
Yeah, you don't want to get on top of the 9. You got to commit to one side or the other. Is able to cheat it and hold it. A little thin here. Don't love the bank on this, but he practices these all the time.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah, that's a Luis special right there.
I was gonna say. I mean, like, I always walk that ball down that rail 99% of the time.
Yeah, 8 to 9 out of 10 players cut that. But I mean, like I said earlier, he practices so many bank shots in his free time. I think it's just his natural.
Yeah.
Intuitively, it's what he sees first. Like they say, it's not wrong if it works, right?
Hey, you know.
Good shot, Luis.
I was right there with you though, and I really love my side-to-side banks, but when it gets really close like that, it gets really hard to measure. You know, you start looking at like 2 inches of room.
It.
Yeah.
He makes it look easy, but for us mere mortals, that's a tough shot.
It's also a pretty good sign of how comfortable he's feeling right now. He's not playing it safe. He's just, doing what he normally does.
Well, this is who Luis is. He doesn't have the most traditional style game, too, either. It's very... But he does play to his strength, and it works for him. But granted, why he's here on day 2.
Yep. Got a tough little 3 ball here. Kind of tied up with a 5. I don't think it really goes into this side.
Yeah. Starts with the 1. Got We're gonna figure it out about the 3 right now. Pete.
Yep.
We'll see what he does.
Oh, maybe it does play in the side. I think he's got a gap there. Was that 5 nudged? Did I not see
It
that?
was nudged on the way back.
I think it just opened up just enough gap, yeah.
Yeah, that nudge might have been a bit deliberate and then freed it up a little bit. Luis looks good right now.
Yeah,
Pete.
he's looking real good.
He's getting a bit more comfortable. He's catching on to that Luis pace
Yeah,
that we're
that
used
tempo,
to seeing
man.
from him. You kind of tell. Early on, he was.
180 beats per minute, you know, just we're rolling.
That's what he does. It's scary.
Yeah, he's 2-stroking every ball right now, too.
And when I play him and he gets in that rhythm,
Yeah.
it's not.
Sit down and watch.
Yeah. It's not fun to be on the receiving end of. Oh,
Yeah, I think he got a little funky on that 8. Kind of forced to take a tougher shot. Jacked up a little bit.
yeah, it wasn't easy.
All right, well, there's going to be a big response from Fred right here if we can close this out. Stay in the race.
Yeah, pretty heavy favorite. I don't want to put too much emphasis on getting perfect on the 10 there. Can't win the rack if you don't make the 8. Hit it well.
Nice and
Good.
I will say that last 8 to 9 right there looks super comfortable and not difficult at all. And that 8 ball was not easy. A little bit of a longer shot, taking a top ball coming off that head rail.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if maybe keeping a more level cue there. I know he's trying to hold it for the 10. He didn't want to lose the cue ball there, but
Yeah.
maybe a more level cue and just taking a bit more angle on the 10 might have been more beneficial. But you know it. I couldn't tell the angle. I mean, if he had kind of a funky angle, I think what he did was right. But
Yeah. Good response, though. Keeps him back in the race. This will be a big rack if we break and run this or keep it going. All right, I'm going to step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
all right, do your thing, Pete. All right, 3-4. Luis does go to 6. There is at least a 35-point gap between them. Oh, don't do it to him again. Oh, last scratch on the break. Luis ran out with ball in hand. Fred does have an extremely powerful break, and I think what comes with that, if you don't hit that rack square, or you play too much bottom or too much top, sometimes you get to lose that cue ball a little bit, which he's done 2 racks thus far. See if it plays a factor here again. I am jealous of the power he's getting out of that break, though. I mean, smashing that rack. Oh, he's attacking the 10 right here. And hiding the cue ball. Like what he did there. I think too many players try to fire in that 110 and they miss it and leave a look at the 1. He took a slightly lower percentage chance on the combo. Made sure the 1 wasn't easy. Yeah, he left a little look, which hurt a little bit, but real speed sensitive shot there. Didn't quite get there. Kind of expect a counter safe back behind the 4. Yep. Good shot. Those rolling shots are they're so overlooked. Good kick. Did it get weird? 1-3's a little offset. We'll see what he does. I think he's playing safe. I think he's going to skim the one and bring the cue ball up table. Yeah, just like that. Tried to hide it. Tried to use something down here. He knew he was always going to leave distance and leave that one on that rail, but... Got a little tricky. Can't really go real first here. He's going to run into traffic, so he's just trying to draw it out of there. He's trying to dig his cue ball out of there. Pretty good. Not bad, all things considered. That's a tough shot. You got to hit that so square. Millimeter left, millimeter right. The cue ball takes a completely different angle. I don't have to put too much emphasis on the cue ball here. I don't think he... I think we're just getting a quick clarification of the score there. Where's my knob go? Right there? That look good? Okay.
We're back. We got a new volume setting, by the way. We're up here now.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully that'll fix some of the harshness coming through.
Oh, we are. I get that right, Pete?
Yep, you're right on the button.
All right. Got a little bit of clearing up to do for a second, but we're all good now. Yeah, if you don't run into the 3 here, I have to put a ton of emphasis on where this... Well, yeah, you don't want to lose the cue ball. Good shot. I missed you, Pete.
You know, I missed you too. I had to get some coffee in me.
A little ginger on that stroke there. Those ones are always a little sensitive when you kind of let the English take the speed for you.
Yeah.
They're easy to underhit and they're easy to overhit, that's for sure.
He got really good on this 5 from where he was sitting at. That was a great stroke.
Yeah.
Some outside English.
That was
Real
real.
top ball.
I wonder if that 7... The 7 should pass the 10. Shouldn't be a problem.
We might be able to see a little bit better from here.
He might move it right now.
Yeah. From here, it looks like it definitely goes past.
That was a good shot. Judging the line on that rail first was a little tricky. Yeah, 7 should pass. He got on it. Just getting good on this combo is
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
going for the good. Worried about the scratch here, so he's trying to draw to the bottom rail and out. It makes the shot a little tougher. Good shot.
All right, like I said in the beginning, that was a big rack right there. Keep him back into the pace. 4-4.
Yeah, I think you can kind of pinpoint this one to Louis missing that 8 ball on the rail there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I think the player's a little confused about the score. I think they both come up and asked. I think Peter's over there verifying that. But to my knowledge, 4-4 seems correct. Yeah, see a safe coming here. Maybe zigzag this one under the. Oh. He left him a look. Not easy to get on the 2 from here, but he left him a look on the 1. Can't tell if he's got the angle to do it. He might be able to go forward off the side of the 4 and kind of keep the cue ball on that side. Oh, he went with the safe option. Yeah, what I mentioned was pretty low percentage. I think that was the right shot right there. Oh, did. Oh. Yeah, so we verified the score is correct. It is 4-4. So he's playing this off to 6. The way he was jacking up on that, yep.
All right, well, I'm back again, Justin.
All right.
I feel like I leave you all the time, man.
No,
My
man.
apologies.
Not great body language after he looked at that 3 tonight. I think he's just going to have to take games. Well, well, looks like it does go. Looks like we're going to have someone watch it here. Yeah, I'll take one.
Tim, going for a shot watch here.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Tim. Yeah, that's a better angle to tell how far off that one. I mean, that cue ball is off of that 3. There is a little gap there.
I am looking at it pretty much dead on, and there's about that's a quarter-inch, half-inch gap.
Yeah, this angle doesn't really do it justice. All right, here he comes.
Watch out, fat man.
Hey, stay out of the pit, man.
These stragglers just seemed a way to find themselves in the pit, huh?
I don't know who this guy in the Hawaiian shirt is, man. He's standing over the table.
All right, let's see, Luis.
It looks like he's trying for this 10, but he's got to get a pretty good, healthy cut on this 10 ball. Wow. He overcut that.
No, good try.
Yep, that's going to set up.
Thank you.
Set up for a fairly easy combo here. Or a draw into the ball, I should say.
Yeah, he's gotta shoot 3-6 and get good on the 3 first.
You're going for it. You got to make sure you get it. There you go. All right, Fred's up.
Oh, he went after
3 in a
it,
row,
huh?
man. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I was looked away for a second. Didn't know he called it. What a shot. Shot.
There's great control on it, too. He was kind of steep on that 3, so sometimes a lot of people will kind of hit that rail first and overdo it, you know, and not even touch that 10, and then you just leave that 3 for them, your opponent. Currently 5-4. Fred has won the last 3. What's going on, everybody in chat? Seems to have slowed down. I'm just double checking stuff, making sure we're still alive.
Not just talking to each other.
That has happened.
Yeah.
This has got to be what, like our 10th stream we've done? I count the Southwest Desert Cup as like 20, though.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
You know, the stress of that was probably 20.
Yeah, I think I definitely
The
lost about
audience
5
made it
years.
20.
Yes.
You know, generally when it comes down to it in this tournament, you get a few stragglers as fans watching.
Yeah.
I'm a pool fan first and foremost. You know, if I wasn't doing this, I would be sitting off to the side, probably drinking a beer, watching the finals.
Just watching everything.
Yeah, even if I was at home and I found out there was finals down here, I'd come down here. I'm a little weird like that. I'm one of the few fans that are.
Yeah, I like checking everything out and hanging with people. Like I was up here yesterday for about 3 or 4 hours, just watching matches, watching how everybody was playing, see who we were going to be on the live stream tomorrow or have on the live stream.
Yep.
It's kind of really interesting to see the big dogs not being stroke and losing some weird matches you wouldn't expect. I mean, there was a couple yesterday that I'm kind of blown out of the water. I mean, Will Orr, I was hoping that he was going to make it all the way through. And I think he was out pretty early, but he was looking good, but just, you know.
A lot of stiff competition out here.
Yeah. It's good to see Manny, though, still in it right now. He's traditionally not too much of a tournament player, per se. He's more of a, you know, be in the pit and gamble.
Yeah, gambling man for sure. I've lost my fair share to him.
Oh, yeah.
I've paid off some of his mortgage for sure.
He's a fun one to play. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
So checking in on the other scores, too, right now. Jesse Guerrero versus, this is Manny. Jess finished, Manny took it down. And that was the loser's side. So Jesse's out. We might hear him on the commentary later.
Yeah. He mentioned he might want to do this later. We'll see if he's in the mood for it after a 4-7 loss to Manny.
Yeah. Now Kurt and Jason are playing over there. Kurt Siebel and Jason, I don't know how to say that last name. Casable?
I'm not sure. I know he's from New Mexico and he's the highest rated player left.
Yeah, he's at 644. That's a 4-3 and he's down. And then just a quick check on the far table scores. It's going to be Duncan's up 4-2 currently right now, if that is correct.
Yeah, it's about to be 4-3. Looks like Brian's got a shot on the 10 here. Should make it. Oh, that's me doing what I do best.
Oh, no, he just left that 10 hanging
Commentator
out.
curse to the T. I'm sorry, Brian. That was
Brutal.
That was my fault. I
You know what,
disrupted the aura in the room.
Yeah, I'm blaming it on you too, you know? It is uncanny how often that happens.
I think me more so than you, right? Like,
I think
has
so,
it been
right?
happening to you a lot?
Usually I don't make the correct calls to begin with, though. So.
Oh, stop. No,
That was a great shot by Luis right there, by the way. Keeping this 3 in the pocket.
Yeah. Watch outside pocket. Good shot.
Don't get over the 7 though. Oh no, he's not shooting at that next ball. Okay. It's hard to tell the 4 and the 5 on these cameras.
Did he get there? Did he get there? I think he did. Yeah.
What's going on, David Weiss? You're one of our sponsors in here. We're going to be shouting you out shortly.
You did good because I jinxed the other guy for Luis. Oh, that's brutal. No, I feel bad. There's something about me, man. I have the ability to just disrupt the balance.
Imagine, like, what I always say, like, I'm like, you would be a great golf commentator, but with your curse, though, I mean...
I'd be fired instantly. I'd be like, oh, he's got this 3-foot putt.
Every top leader of the board would plane crash into the ground by the time they hit 18.
The producers would hate me because I just, oh yeah, Scotty Scheffler's gonna make this 2-footer and he misses it and jinx everything. Well, it looked all Luis early on. I don't say all Luis, but Luis looked really good early on. He missed that 8.
One mistake right now is kind of swaying things more than one rack. It's about 2 racks back and forth. It's good though.
Yeah, Fred's crawled his way back. Now we got a 5-5. Luis is on the hill. He only goes to 6.
All right, big rack for Luis. He's on the hill. Good go, man. Good to see him. Apologies, guys, at home. We were always getting visitors and stuff through the booth, so you catch some snippets and noise coming through.
Who's commentators? Commentators are
Peter Sullivan
and Justin Ray.
Yeah. The usual Sunday crew.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit more frequent as of lately. I enjoy it.
It's definitely a lot of fun. Once everything gets up and running, it's just nice and easy. And
yeah.
Dealing with setup is
dealing
stressful.
with Peter setting everything up though.
This is why I just tell you to come on. Get here when I hit the live button, because there's definitely a flurries of curse words and
I know
stress.
I've showed up early enough a couple of times, and it just seems like I'm just in the way at that point. And I can't even untangle cords correctly. Like, we don't need that.
There's always this one thing that goes wrong. There's always one thing, but we managed to get it done. Got on, Michael. How you doing today? Where you at these days? Oh, he's got to swing around. I think you can see most of this for sure.
That was a really touchy shot he tried to play there.
I was going to say, that window is small.
Curious if that's the window he was shooting for. Very small window. Maybe he's just trying to give himself a look.
Yeah, maybe just a piece of it.
Maybe he can make this, Pete.
I think so. I think he got better on this ball than he expected.
Wow, what a shot. Seriously, so good. If he tried to shoot that gap and he shot that 3 like that, that's...
Yeah. That was a ball with the gap right there. Maybe a ball and a half.
That was incredible, honestly.
I think you're right, though. I think he was just trying to see a piece of it and try and maybe save it up. And then I think he just got better on it than he expected.
Argue this is a shot of the rack here.
I would say the same.
Gotta get past that point, depending on how close that 6 is to the rail. Yeah, I did it. Good shot.
Nice stroke on that. Luke, I don't know where Fred's from, actually. Anybody in chat know where Fred's from?
I swear I played him once. I don't remember if it was on a big event like this or something, but I don't know. I think Tim seems to have known him, so he might be. Do I dare say Hill Pete?
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare do it.
You're right. Oh, there it is. Feel comfortable now.
Brad's saying it says from Oregon. Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty far distance.
Yeah. I swear I played him before. I don't. Maybe he doesn't play out here a lot, but I've played him in an event or two for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you can say it. Hill.
Hill Pete.
For all the marbles. This has been a fun one to watch. Again, I think we're shooting about 85% of all matches that we've ever streamed have gone hill.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Seriously.
At least on the finals day of like tour stops.
I'd argue in this particular event, we're going to see a little bit more. I mean, well, I guess we've already seen an incredible amount of it, but I'd argue in this kind of event, with the handicapping, and as good as everybody is, it's impossible to blow someone out in this.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. Just unlikely, and it's difficult, you know.
Yeah, we see a little bit more on the loser side, and usually that we don't have those streamed too often.
Yeah.
But the loser side, we see a little bit more volatility there.
Yeah.
Usually people that have worked their way down the loser side are pretty worn out by day 2 because they have a little bit more matches to play on day 1, depending on when they got to the loser side. And
It looks like Duncan took it down over there. Duncan takes Brian Wilson. That was a winner side match, so Brian Wilson will be knocked to the backside.
look at this break right now. Oh, the 2-3. It ties up. Oh, my gosh.
Well, the 2 might go on the side if he can get there.
He's got a breakout angle on this one, too, as well.
What if he goes in the side pocket? Yeah,
I think he's covered by the 6 for sure up corner.
Yeah, it's a thinner cut than it looks on camera too. That's a tough cut in the side. If he chooses to be aggressive, he'll take it on though.
Oh, he's opting for the safe here.
I like that play. That's a good shot.
All right, guys, if for our viewer count's going up, I just want to say welcome, everybody. This is our first match of the day, Hill right now, on our 650 under Southwest Championship Tour, stop number 1 at Bullshooters. If you guys are here from Facebook right now, we are live stream dueled onto YouTube. Please go over there and subscribe at Donkey Pool Productions. Sometimes it's easier to stream to your TV. It's got better quality, so we just want to let you guys know, just for your information. You can check everything out in the description, too, below.
Oh, the 5'10" lines up real good, Pete. I'm not saying he'll take it, but I am saying that
it's wired.
It's pretty.
It's dead wired.
It's wired to the outside of the pocket. It could. It's easy.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at right now, is to get onto that ball.
Austin is 100%. This is the first time, bro. I cleaned up the 100%.
100%?
I really like the play he had. I think maybe sometimes you choose to be a bit more aggressive early on in the set, but when you're Hill, I like what he did, keeping the pressure on Luis, making him kick at it.
Yep.
Now this is the question. The 5'10" looks really good. You don't have to take it because the 5's so easy, but I mean, you don't want a weird angle coming into the 10 off of the 5 if you get maybe a little too above it.
You definitely want to be in the neighborhood down here for sure. Because there is a gap. Oh, he's not even out for it. He's just going to go.
Yeah, he got straight in. I don't know. Did he get straight in? Yeah, I think he can draw this out of there. He's just fine. This should be it, Pete. Don't get weird, 10.
It got weird.
Did it get weird?
I think he still has it.
He's down on it quick. It goes.
Don't rush this too much. There you go. Nice shot.
Perfect.
I thought for sure we were going to get the one moment where I could prove that having the magic rack on the damn table, because I thought he was for sure going to spin out of that thing on that rack, and it didn't happen.
You really don't like that thing.
I hate it.
All
All right, Fred takes it down with a little bit of a nerve-wracking finish, but he looked good. He's stroking good. Getting out of the balls pretty well.
Yeah, that was a good comeback.
All right, well, you guys just heard me shout out the YouTube channel. Please go over there and sub. We have some housekeeping stuff to do if you want to grab over there. We want to shout out Bullshooters right now, obviously, hosting us and allowing us to do what we do. And on top of that, our sponsors. I don't know if you want to try and go for them and
yeah,
give them a big old shout out.
So how do you want to go about it? I was thinking maybe we could shout out one or two specifically in between transitions, and then kind of, or we can go over all of them.
I think we just hit them all right now.
Okay.
So first off, to Mike Gwynn. Obviously, he's always been one of our sponsors for a long time. Mike Gwynn, really. We have Qualtech AC. I think that's with John Sanchez. Yeah, I think he just replaced my AC 4 weeks ago.
Did he? I know.
Yeah,
He's got
randomly went out.
He's got a big footprint out here. I know he. I think someone said he did something for Bullshooters a little while. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he's got his hand in everything, and he's a super nice guy. Family run.
Yeah.
And we have Your Way Logistics. I think that's a fairly new sponsor that we've dealt with. But we got it on the poster, and
Yeah, I'll get with Tim on that one. I want to know a little bit more about that.
And the majority of pool players know Off the Rail Apparel. They're another big sponsor of ours. Best Billiards with Craig Herman. We got Wise Guys Auto Sales with Duncan and David being in the chat.
Oh, that was Steve Blackburn.
Oh, is it Blackburn?
With Off the Rail.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or not off. Wherever.
On the Earway?
Yeah. I don't know
and then finally, Digital Pool. Shout out to Isaac if you're watching. I mean, it's an incredible. You can go onto the web, Digital Pool, look up the tournament. The brackets are live. The score is live. I know I'm looking into an overlay that goes onto my stream that automatically updates names, the race to their Fargos, and the current score.
Digital Pool is single-handedly changing the way we see. I mean, it's so cool, especially when like when my brother goes out of town or when I go out of town for my family to watch like live scoring versus moving a quarter. That's huge. I mean, they're doing so much for the game too.
Well, and it was really cool for me. I got to watch kind of the evolution of Digital Pool and what it was and the ideas and concepts. And I could be mistaken, but I believe this started out as an app for APA to sell over there. And then that transferred kind of into was going to be like a pool league that you could run from your home.
Yeah.
So you could just decide your race, what you're playing, but you just have to make sure that, and that was kind of the concept. And then I think that just kind of just moved on into what it is now, and it's slowly taken over what challenge and stuff like that. And
yeah, it caters to the pool players for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna step away for just a second, guys, as we set up the next match. Don't go anywhere. We have Manny.
Uvano, I think. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I say it right, but that's how I've been saying it for a long time.
All right, and then we got Brian Wilson over here. That's a 640 and a 639, so this is gonna be see who's got the Fargo.
Yeah, our first 7-7.
All right, guys, give us about 2-3 minutes. We'll be right back with you. All right, guys, thank you for hanging around right now. We're getting the next match set up. The bottom of the screen, that's what it's going to be. Manny versus Brian. 7-7 race, even Fargo's. And we'll get it started as soon as we can. Bear with us. All right, players are gathering. Far table is going to be Luis, which we just saw against Kurt Siebels. Once we get everything flowing, we'll talk about that one a little bit more. I think that's going to be a very interesting match. Close table, again, is going to be Manny versus Brian. Brian was on the far table before. Manny just beat Jesse on the loser side off stream. So Manny's here. I think we're just looking for Brian Wilson. Again, thank you everybody for joining us. It makes our jobs a lot easier, with chat interaction, and it always just is a little bit more fun with having everybody hang out with us. And there's a lot of better things to do on a Sunday, I guess, but it's always fun to have you guys with us. All right, looks like we already have bets in chat. Oz and Ron. Everybody's betting on Manny, though, it sounds like. All right, we'll be with you in just a second once we find our second player. And one last shout out before we get started here. Brian's walking in the door. I got to do the shameless shout out of if you guys want to support the stream or you're enjoying it, we do have information down in the description, both on the YouTube and the Facebook. So if you guys want to donate, please do not feel obligated. It pretty much just goes to me and Justin and all that jazz. But yeah, it's there. I got to say it. And we'll get started here. Manny's going to bang his last balls in. What's up?
Should offer him prizes.
Oh, prize? We're going to do a drawing? No, I did not. No, I wish once we get this ball really rolling with YouTube and stuff, there'll be channel badges and all that stuff. And
Top fan?
yes, top fans, man. Seriously, it is a thing. Facebook, we're already kind of rolling that one over because we have enough stream and enough community on there, and we kind of want to build it with YouTube as well. So we're gonna get it started here real quick. And please know, too, back to the donation stuff, we don't really see it come in. That's also in the works. I have it set up for, I think, the next stream. We'll be able to see it, but know that I always reach out to people, like usually the day after, when I see everything and when the dust settles. So.
All right. Looks like we're about to get rolling here. Looks like Brian won the lag. So it's going to be your first look at Brian's break, at least on the front streaming table. I've both personally played both of these players a little bit. Brian not so much because he's on the other side of the planet, but more so Manny. I got a ton of respect for both these guys' games. We're in for a serious battle here.
I think so. I really do. I mean, you and I know Manny very well.
Yeah.
I've gambled with the guy a million times, and I'm sure you have too as well. It's always just a fun gamble, and he's a great shot.
I mean, yeah. Anytime you got some extra money in your pocket, it's fun to gamble. I mean, you're not going to win.
yeah, exactly, right. The smile brings you in, and then, just they'll smile as you take your money, too. The far table too is another great match. I think that one we were kind of talking in between the intermission right there. We're talking about two different play styles between Luis and Kurt, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see how much momentum kind of transfers over there. So we'll keep you clued in.
Yeah, for those of you maybe seeking a little bit of action, looks like there's some dollar signs flying around in the comments section. So
Mr. Vanderweist.
yeah, it looks like and now it was one-sided. It looks like it's going both ways. So choose your pony. There's some action out there to be had.
Yep, I'm not going to be the middleman on that, so you guys got to figure it out.
I made that mistake one time. I won't do it.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I totally forgot that last week. Didn't you take a $100 bet in chat?
Nah, I took a fifth. Well, I took half the action.
Oh, gotcha.
Only because I want something to sweat. It's not something that I actually.
Oh, Bill. The only other offers up there were $20 in Mexico from Oz. Let's go. Yeah, I'm actually kind of bummed that it doesn't show the history on it.
Yeah, Oz looks like he's looking for 25 on Manny. Ron looks like he's looking for 50 on Manny.
Bill, you might be able to see the history on chat. I don't know how it works just yet. We are live on YouTube as well under Donkey Pool Productions, so if you go over there, you might be able to see the previous posts. I don't know. I can't guarantee nothing.
Yeah, I know the chat and Facebook can be a little weird. Sometimes it's timed weird.
Yeah.
Like I go back and watch it.
Yeah, and it's all like off, like, you know, by
Yeah.
like 2 minutes or whatever. That's why we're kind of half moving away from it. We're still going to be there, though.
A little tricky here for Brian. He's looking at every option. He'll take on the 4. It's just getting good on this 5.
And shooting over this 9 ball is not going to make it any easier.
For Joe Carminati, who asks us every time who's commentating. Just kidding.
Shout out, Joe.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, it's Peter Sullivan and me, Justin Ray. Oh, he's
here every time on stream, though. We appreciate it, man.
He's looking at the cross. I think he's doing this for an element of safe, just in case he misses. Oh.
Yeah, it's shooting over
Didn't
the
it
ball.
look like he called it in the other corner, though?
I thought so, but I don't have the angle for it.
Yeah, no, I guess he was just trying to get rail first so he could get that cue ball off the rail a little bit.
I think I just saw Frank the Barber walk in the door
Yeah?
over here.
Oh, right on.
We got a legend in the house. I met Frank 15 years ago, back when I was in California at Hard Times. He's a
Oh, wow.
legend. Small world, too, because he used to play on my wife's team in APA
Oh, no kidding.
like 20 years ago. Like, it was pretty
Yeah.
wild.
You know, the funny thing about the pool community is like, what's funny is if I just go to a random bar and drink in Arizona, it's like I almost always.
Yeah,
I
Frank's top left of the screen.
lost my train of thought reading the comments.
yeah,
but,
the same here.
yeah. Seriously, I have a tremendous amount of. He's one of the guys I've looked up to for a while. Just seen him so much. His Manny's game.
Yeah.
He's somebody that I think a lot of players could really model their game after. I mean, fundamentally really sound. He never takes something I like personally is he never takes a shot for granted. He stays down, takes his time on every shot.
Yeah.
And you'll never see him take one shot for granted. It's just not in his character.
The only time, and this is coming from me playing him a lot, is the only time that you see him kind of get out of rhythm is when he's going a little bit too fast, when he's uncomfortable. But right now, I mean, we were kind of eyeing him over there on the other table off stream when he was kind of just hitting balls around, and he's looking pretty dialed right now. He's got that look on his face.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of him speeding up. Maybe he does. Maybe it's something to look for.
That's the only thing I've ever seen in his game. Sometimes he gets on the balls a little bit too quick, but.
Big 9-foot player.
9-foot player on tighter pockets, too.
Yeah, he plays all games. Seen him play one pocket. I've seen him play, what's that, golf game over there on the...
Oh, on the
I guess-
impossible pockets?
Yeah. Scroll down in the comments, see if we got
Oh, Bill's just, doing business as usual.
Early
And
lead there.
we do have a little bit of a viewership coming up from YouTube, so shout out to anybody over there joining in. Please sub. We're going to be, we got a huge schedule coming up here. On the next stream, I'm going to be having a banner and kind of a news feed about all of our tour stops and what's going on and when.
That's Ed Gonzalez's son. That's hilarious. In my eyes, and I don't know if it's right. In my eyes, that's about the perfect break. So you kind of the one ball's coming up table with the cue ball. You either squat that cue ball or you bring it back with the one a little bit, which is what he did there. So he made a ball, and he's got a good look at the one. I mean, that to me is textbook. That's something I personally practice a lot.
Trying to get that cue ball under control and in place.
I don't do it as well as these guys do, but I to me that's textbook. And now he's got a chance at a run from here.
It's definitely, from at least my experience, harder to do in 10 ball compared to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on speed and the amount of balls and traffic that's kind of coming through where the cue ball is. So easy for that to get kicked out.
Yeah, he's got a good chance from here. I'd argue the toughest part of this rack is from the 5 to the 7, which shouldn't be an issue for Manny.
And I'm looking down the 7-10 right here, and it's wired directly.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
well, never mind. He won't take
in.
the 7 then.
Yeah.
I thought it was offset. Yeah, he's checking it now. No shake the head, and that tells me that 7-10 goes. Oh, really? I mean, he's
get good on this 4.
Yeah, he's got a good chance to. I mean,
Now,
perfect.
I can't see if there's a gap there on the 7-10, so if you kind of come out of an angle, it might be a little risky, but it looks close enough.
Bill Vanderweiss, this is Peter Sullivan and Justin Ray.
Correcto mundo. We might be seeing a couple people step in, but usually on Sundays doing tour stops, it's usually us two for the majority of it.
Yeah. Surprised not to see you out here, Bill. I know you got yourself a busy schedule, though, so.
I like this angle on the 4 that he took as well. He's not going to take the rail first. He's just going to pop out for this ball. He might be a little shallow on it, but we'll see. He might be going up table with top, depending on the angle that he has.
Nah, I really think he's going to draw this a little bit back. He has a perfect angle. You just want to get relatively full in the 5 to shoot that 7-10 if it's wired like you're saying it is.
Yeah.
Draw it a little bit. Just roll the 5 in. Good angle there. Don't even have to get perfect on the 7-10, as wired as it seems.
Yeah, it's there. Just don't overhit it or get on it.
Manny was very anxious to call that 10 ball.
Yes. He worked hard to get there.
Yeah.
All right, Manny with a commanding 2-0 to begin with.
Good out, Manny. And that was a direct reflection to how good he broke that. He made a ball, he brought his cue ball back with a 1, got a good look on the 1, and ran that out. Let's see how much of a factor that is. If he's breaking well like that every time, I mean it could be a difference maker. We'll see how it plays out through the rest of the set. But
oh, Bill, you played in the Doc Rice. Yeah, I think my wife Casey. I mean, obviously one of your previous Scotch doubles partners is down there with a pretty monster team. They're relatively.
Kurt lost his first match.
Okay.
nice.
Gotcha. Oh, really? Okay, so we just got the news on it. We'll touch back on the tournament going down there, but apparently Kurt lost his first match in the tournament to Duncan, and he's fought his way back, and he's sitting on the far table over there. All update scores, or keep you posted on scores on the far table in a second. But yeah, Bill, Casey's playing with Rico, Crash, Danny Pauly, and John Casey. I mean, I think they're either number 1 or number 2 to take that one down.
Yeah, I think generally for these events, like in the future, we'll anticipate a bit more participation But with all the tournaments going on, I think the Doc Rice and the AZPL
Yeah,
or
the
whatever it's
AZPL
called.
was like the big one. I mean, that kind of took a lot of people away.
Yeah, there's
But even then, so Tim had filled me in. Even with 39 players show up to this, first is we have 1,000 added from Bullshooters. Shout out to them again. First is 1810. Second is 760. Third is 490. Fourth 350. Fifth and sixth is 240. Seventh and eighth is 120, and 9th through 12th is $75. So your money back at 9th through 12th out of 39 players.
Yeah, I promise you though, Pete, nobody's got their eyes on that 764, 90, 350 or under. It's all that big 4-digit number up top, $1,810.
Yep, and these two tables right here, these two losers are going to be the 5th and 6th, which is guaranteed 240 for them a piece. So I mean, it's just going to be up from here.
I think there's too many balls in the way for him to jump this, so he's looking at looks like he's looking at a 2-rail kick. He's going to kick it over there just past the 4. Calling the 1 in the side.
Oh, they knocked you guys to the loser side? No, sorry. How much was entry all in? I'm actually unsure on that. I'll get back to you, Jake.
I think it was close to 150. I was looking at getting into it.
It was 150?
I can't. I mean,
That's probably with
give or
tour
take
card,
10,
though, right?
20 bucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the tour card. I forgot about
Which
that.
then from all the tour stops from there on out, it's cheaper.
That was a great shot he just hit. Perfect pace. That was all part of the plan there. Brian hit it really well. More often than not, when I try that shot, I hit the point on that side pocket. It comes out, and I sell out.
Well, and he's got a little bit of work to do here for this one, huh?
He's got a lot of work to do, Pete. It's easy to leak this and leave it somewhere.
Yeah, he's got a pretty wide angle, too, on this bank. It's so easy to underhit this or overhit it. It's good contact. Where's it going to go?
Oh, you might have got a roll, Pete.
Yeah.
I think the intention was always to bring the cue ball up. I think he's trying to hit the 1 thinner and bring the cue ball up. And there's a good chance. There's a chance of safe there. He hit it a bit fuller than he intended. And I think if there isn't a gap, he got, well, looks like he got a little lucky. Brian's really looking at this.
Yeah, I think he can see like the paint on the one ball. Justin did not play.
No, I had fantasy baseball draft yesterday. I would have loved to have played. But big sports fan in general. Not so much the NBA, but MLB, NFL, big golfer, all that.
He almost got a response in this one too. That one ball stopped perfectly up there, but I think he's got an edge of it.
Think he's got an edge?
Yeah, I think so.
If not, he can go rail first and kick it up table too. A little kick and stick action. Yeah, that's what he's looking at. I really enjoy this battle, Pete.
Yeah.
More
10 ball comes through, man.
Yeah, more similar play styles here, more methodical, more I think this is the game. This is the way this game's supposed to be played, the way these guys play it. Be fun to watch. I anticipate something close. Oh, he was able to see an edge. Gonna get on that 9.
I think that's good enough from there.
Yeah, if you get a little closer to the 9, I think you put him in absolute jail.
I mean, if Manny gets this ball in hand right here and runs this rack out, I mean, for the mentals for Brian, just makes it twice as worse to try and come back on this.
I think he's got he's heavy favorite. I think he can 1-rail kick at this 1. Heavy favorite to hit this. Looks like he's going 2 rails at it. I like that. Even better. Oh, he could see the whole thing.
Yeah,
Pete.
yeah.
God, it didn't even look like he was close to seeing that.
That actually kind of really surprised me right there. He might be a little hooked on this floor, but I don't want to even call that one now.
I wanted to hear him commentate while he was playing.
Joe, you know what? Funny story about that is I actually almost bought a microphone that was wireless. So just in case that, during the 550, that's when we were just doing the 550, that I would make it to the live stream.
Oh, nobody would want to hear the language that I speak while I'm playing on the table.
Just do like a live commentary while you're on the, or maybe I'll get a GoPro with a head cam, you know?
Oh my gosh, it'd be awful. You guys would have to shut off the stream. Be rated R.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, I don't
But I
have much.
have considered it.
I don't have much good to say about my game most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, because I kind of got the idea from like the MLB stuff you see in spring training when they mic them up and the guys in the outfield talking to the commentators and stuff. That would have been so much fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's it's still a tough out from here. This is
Yeah, the
not
6
easy.
is tough. The 6 is tough.
If you can get good on this 8, I mean, this is
8
the
goes
shot.
in a few different pockets. Really focusing on potting this 6. Just like that. Oh, did I get a bad roll on that
wanted to
one?
get around it, yep.
You really want to dig a little bit more into that cue ball there, trying to avoid the 10 altogether. Yeah, ain't happy. Brutal roll. I don't see a jump cue out by his bag. I don't know if he's got that in the bag or not.
Is it really?
He gave up
Okay.
one, huh?
Tim's joining us telling 3-1 on the far table.
No, I love this match. I love this matchup. Thanks,
Thank you.
Tim. Mr. Boss Man coming over, checking up on things.
Always. Yeah, it is 3-1 over there. So Luis is up 3-1 on Kurt. Kind of expected the way Luis was, kind of stood up to Fred right there and kind of just got unlucky on that race. I mean, that was a great race.
Yeah, Luis, I don't know. Watching that match with Fred, Luis looks really good, specifically because you got to spot him a game. Playing a guy like that's getting out from everywhere, spotting him a game is, well, it's tough.
Yeah.
All right, and he's got a 1 rail. He's going rail first on this 8. Natural to get on the 9 on the side, I believe.
Oh, he hit it with great pace.
Just a brutal roll. Brutal.
I was going to say that a lot of people like to overhit that ball or underhit it, and you just kind of sell it. Perfect pace to the pocket, that 8, and it just rattled and stayed up.
Yeah, that's something I've seen Manny do. He does that specifically well. He really plays that rail first shot really well. I think because I've seen him do it quite a bit on the 9-footers, and he's able to judge that in tighter pockets on 9-footers. I figured this, though it's not an easy shot for him, I felt he was favored to make that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian looks good.
Thank you, Joe. We really appreciate it. We're trying our best out here. This is a big response from Brian, by the way. Just could have been down right there. 3-0 in a race to 7. I mean, that's hard to come back from by any means. But 2-1, definitely doable. More than doable.
Yeah, this is pretty much what I expect here. These guys are both extremely solid shots. I don't know how much you've seen of Brian. I know he's absolutely solid, but
Yes.
But Manny, you and me have both seen enough from him that we know this is going to be a tough match, both ways.
Yeah, I've ran into Brian a number of times, either on the tour or when we were back when I was doing the ACS stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Prescott brings a team out here almost always,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been back and forth plenty of times on the table.
Yeah, I wish I got to see a little bit more of them. I think maybe I'm trying to think. Ooh. That looks pretty good right there, Pete.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Bring that table to pop a little bit more. Hopefully this looks better at the home. I know we still have the camera overlays. I can't figure out how to turn them off, man. So right now we're sponsored by 1080 at 60 frames per second. So
Yeah, well, good at that.
we'll get there.
Yet to see Brian reach for a jump cue. I don't know that this is the time to do it specifically off the break. He does have a push option here.
What's going on, Ernest? How you doing, brother?
Oh, Ernest again.
Congrats, I think, on your anniversary, I think I saw.
He's always been so kind to us.
No,
I love Ernest. He's always a good dude.
He was my first East versus West.
Yeah?
When I was captain, he was captain over there. That was a fun time.
Oh.
Tragic loss by us.
Oh,
we were up
so
9-3, man, on a race to 11. But, I mean, props to them. They shot great.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm surprised how nice you're being to him, considering he's an enemy. Eastsider?
Eastsider, oh, yeah.
Oh, gross. I thought I liked you, Ernest. I'm just kidding.
Hey, we give you 2 compliments for every insult, you know?
Yep.
Take it or leave it. All right, looking to jump to save kind of this rack. I don't know what he's thinking right here. Might be trying to play safe. That one ball does look a little squeaky by the 7.
Yep. Did pull out the jump cue.
Good old-fashioned pitching wedge.
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
I like this play, Pete. I do. I do. You know, you could push there, but I think as tough of a battle as this is going to be, I think if you push, he's going to counter safe you. And if you don't push to an accessible spot, you're going to have a tough shot on the 1. I like being aggressive, maybe trying to take control of the rack. Don't know if it's the right thing, but I think situationally playing 2 high caliber players, it might have been.
Yeah. Well, and you were talking about playing this aggressively. I mean, the one person on these 2 tables right now that would do it would be either Luis or Manny.
It's like Luis is going to steal another one over there. He's got ball in hand with a 5-10.
Yeah, and Manny just sunk that ball, too. I mean, he's sitting pretty well right now.
Some of those 9-foot players do specifically well, cutting balls down rails.
Oh, it's nothing, you know?
They don't utilize... I noticed with the bar box players, like, I guess myself, I don't know, people say I'm a bar box player. I got a 9-footer at home. All the tournaments and leagues are 7
They're
foot.
all 7s. That's the reason why I have a 7-foot in my house, is to literally just get practice for leagues and tournaments.
Well,
I prefer 9s, for sure.
I play decent enough on 9-foot, but something I recognize a big difference. Cutting balls down rails. I think on these bar boxes, you utilize that side rail a little bit more when you're cutting the ball down. And then on those 9-footers, it's almost like you got to pocket it clean. Those pockets play a little tighter.
It is definitely a little bit tighter, a little bit more travel distance, too. Which comes into consideration.
Yeah.
And ball speed. It usually takes you a little bit more to get the cue ball there. And so, the majority of your shots, your object ball is going to come off just a little bit harder than it would on a bar box. Depending situationally.
Oh, did he get enough on it? Jerry said Luis got a roll and Kurt is frustrated. Well,
yeah, I would say
that's part of pool.
Yeah, I would say Kurt looks frustrated, but he kind of always looks a little frustrated.
You know, he looks like you setting up in the morning.
I'll take it. Oh, I will take it. I don't mean to stress you out, man. You know?
No, you don't stress out. It's fun to joke about. If I don't give you a hard time about it, we're not friends, right? Can't let you get too big of a head.
Yeah, true. Then Luis scratching the break. Yeah. And then that 10 ball that Luis comboed in right there almost didn't go.
Sounds like Jerry's got some action on these tables, and he's watching them both pretty intently. We apologize that we got one table in front of us that we're primary focus on. We try to keep you updated on the other one, but don't have to with Jerry there, right?
And again, shout out to Digital Pool. You can follow along on the tournament bracket. This should be live scoring as long as they're keeping up on their phones over there. You'll be able to tune into
usually
that.
Do a pretty good job at that. And you took another one there.
Looking comfortable on that as well. I mean,
Yeah, man, he scares me.
He's been on the table a lot. Even the one win, that Brian had was not a whole lot of table time, comparatively. So
23-1.
23-1.
Manny scares me. He's one of those guys I haven't found a weakness in him. Of the few times I've played him.
No, and he's too nice too. Like, he is literally too nice.
Yeah.
Get that rotating a little faster. All right, we're 3-1 in a race of 7. This is going to be, again, both tables. Losers getting 5th and 6th here for 240. Ernest will decide who's going on.
Yep. Ernest, we did not play in this tourney. I had a fantasy baseball draft, and Peter is semi-retired.
Yeah, you're about right on that one. No, Justin, you're too kind to yourself. You're way too high. Oh, no, you're not too high of a Fargo.
No.
I'm keeping this the 550.
That's 620 something, dude.
Yeah.
I would have been low for the guys left here.
I tend not to play on these things if we're live streaming them, so which pretty much means now that we're going to be doing the 550 and under, the 650 and under, or 560 and under. Sorry, it changed. So we're going to be doing both tours. And the one time that I played in it when I was streaming the next day, I did make it to day 2. So I was like, I'm done doing it. So.
That's fun stuff.
Sometimes stepping away for a little bit. I mean, I still do play Wednesdays once a week and try and hit some balls at home, but comparatively to my 5 days a week that I used to do.
No, I love it.
I show up at Metro every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. No, I think to be good at this game, you need a bit of an unhealthy obsession for sure.
That is very true.
There's nothing healthy about what we do, Pete. No, I'm kidding. But, you got to be a little weird, I think. And I'm a little weird, and
I think one of the main issues, too, that comes down with pool and in darts and anything where you go in your location is a bar, and so it's just you're in a bar. That's the final note on that, It's just, there's going to be some weird stuff and
Anton Luis.
Late nights.
Luis is he was up 4-1, I believe. But I think Kurt ran out that last rack because it looks like they racked up another one unless Kurt missed something. So I would imagine 5-1.
Currently showing 2-4 over there.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, 4-2. I forgot Kurt was on the other side of that. Perfect.
Yeah, if Manny, I think this is going to be the ball of the rack right here. If he thinks this one pretty good, Oh, no, that's the 10 ball down over there. My mistake.
Does that 5 pass the 9, Pete? Looks like it does on stream. I'm looking at the table. It doesn't. Looks like, well, hey, I think we've already seen 1 or 2 breaking runs on this table, but
Yeah, it does sound like, I think this is going to be our first breaking run we've seen today, yeah?
No, there was one on the, I think, well.
Shockingly, last week we had quite a bit.
I know Luis ran out from the 1 ball that last, I'd have to double check. I feel like we've seen 1.
Yeah, I think either Fred or Luis definitely did 1 for sure. Because they had a 3 rack swing both ways. What's going on, Anton?
Yeah, it looks like he's banking the 8.
Might be a little straight on this. I mean, interference is definitely a problem here.
I don't think there's too much of a double kiss. I think he's going to come around.
Oh, yeah, you got it perfect.
Good pace to get on the 9 there.
Good call, man.
Yeah, you can always, good players, it's a decent way to judge someone's speed. When some people bank balls to make them, and some people bank balls and play shape.
Yes. Yep. All right, Manny with a breaking run right there. Huge. 4-1, race to 7. Again, we have a lot of new faces in chat. Sorry about everybody who's already been here, but we are dual streaming to YouTube right now under Donkey Pool Productions. If it's a better way for you to cast to your TV, we get the same chat interaction. If you chat over there, please go over there and subscribe. All of our videos are going to stay there and be in records and playlists. And I'm going to go through and create chapters. So if you've played on the live stream or you want to go back and watch a match, it's easy to go navigate. It'll be, this will be Manny versus Brian. All I got to do is click on the names and it'll take you right to the timestamp, whatever, like 2 hours in. So, and the quality does look a little bit better, and sometimes it just works better with your TV. Someone mentioned earlier the smart TVs have the YouTube apps, and
Tim had to come over here and remind us that Manny was on a break and run there. But you know what? The first rack was the one that, remember I was harping on him drawing the cue ball back with a 1 and he ran out? Even though it was a 7-10 combo, that was a run as well.
Yeah.
It was either the first or second rack, I don't remember. But I think it was a second, honestly. But
it's definitely been a lot of Manny on the table, for sure.
well, Manny really hasn't given Brian too much of a look. I think Brian's made one mistake thus far, but not. I mean,
Yeah.
Brian's kicked safe. He's jumped, made contact with the ball. It's just,
Yeah, with these higher Fargos, man, it's so easy to just see like a 2-3 pack sway.
yeah. Brian's very capable of doing it right back to Manny too. So Manny's doing everything he can to stay on the table here. Not stay on the table, but stay in control, I guess is a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Keep them kicking, keep them jumping, keep them away from those 6, 7, 8 ball runs.
I think he's got a window here, man. Let's
Think
take
you're
a
right.
look.
Yeah, just based on the way that Brian shook his head after shooting that, it seems if there's a gap. Manny's just really getting a good look at where he needs to be for the 2.
Yeah.
He'd like to be a little wide of the 2, so he can shoot the 4 and the. Oh no, the 3's hanging in the pocket. I didn't see that. Peter's in the way. No. Yeah, he just needs to get good on the 2 here. I wonder if he comes around or just rolls it and takes a bigger angle.
Yeah, I think he's going to definitely opt for a large angle here, so he has something to work with for the 2.
More distance, I mean. But yeah.
Oh, you're talking about for the coming down on the 3. My mistake. I totally misheard that. I think he wanted to be a little bit further out on that one. He kind of shook his head.
I think what you can do, you can draw off the top side of the 6 here. I don't know the right thing to do, but I think, like, if he's looking at going forward 3 rails through all that, he can almost kind of slide it over, draw it into the top of the 6. Just want to guarantee a look at the 3. That's a priority. Yeah, he was trying to come around that way. That's tough. Maybe he had too much angle to draw on. No.
Yeah, could have had interference. I mean, but that's such a tough shot when you play the inside English like that. And,
Oh, yeah.
And at pace. I mean, that's full table, too. When and where is the next stop? Jerry, I'll be with you in a moment.
Oh, we got that information.
Oh,
Jerry.
do you? Nice.
Yeah.
You're on top of it. Be right back.
Well, Jerry, it looks like April 15th to 16th at Good Time Billiards in California. That's the next 650 and under. I would have to look at the full tour schedule if you're trying to stay local, but as of right now, a couple weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, we'll be down in California. Going with the jump cue again. Opted for a full ball hit on the 2, so he's calling in the corner. Small chance for safe here, the way the balls lay. Oh, just didn't catch quite enough of that. Three's not super pretty here. Man, he's really trying to plan what he wants to do. I like what he's doing here. There's nothing immediately obvious on this three. I don't think he has a good angle to even stop this cue ball and cut the three. And I think he's really looking at maybe a safe on the three if he gets a look, or maybe caroming off three and moving something and trying to create something. Running into it. I mean, he's got all kinds of options here. I think what's going through my head is that he's trying to find the best way to go about it. Yeah, looks. Where he's placing the cue ball, he's looking at maybe playing safe here. Still going over his options.
I am back.
I don't know what to do here, Pete.
What happened to the bottom side of this table, man?
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm glad I'm not shooting. The three's in trouble. Brian tried to jump the two, clipped the 8 on the way in, and now Manny's got ball in hand, but he's got trouble on the three, so he's trying to decide, am I going to attack this, break it out? Am I going to shoot it, give myself a look on the three and try to play safe? Am I going to carom something off of the 9 or the 3 to get a better look? I don't know what he's doing. This is the part of the game I love, Pete. I love when they think about stuff like this, because
the cog's going, man.
yeah.
You think he's gonna combo and try and bump this 3 out?
Wow. Gets a look. That is a
So
brutal roll, Pete.
You could see his body language on the camera, man. He was not happy.
Oh, that is a brutal roll.
That is
I think,
unfortunate.
Now, I think every bit of that was intended.
I think every part of that shot, except for the 2 ball, I mean, that's kind of unaccounted for.
Well, yeah, he knew the 2 ball was
Variable.
coming back this way. But I think he thought if he made the 9, if he made the 9, he was going to leave a little bit more room.
Yeah. This is tough, too, because he can't see so much of that ball. I mean, this is like a scratch staring at him because these pockets are so big.
Gonna try and cross it. It seems like he hit it full enough to avoid it. Did get word from Tim right now that Luis is up 6-2 and a race to 7 over there.
So Luis has definitely got Kurt on the ropes.
Yeah, we got a happy fan in Anton, I'm sure. Metro fan. I say 25 lane.
All right. I am in for that.
Yeah. Luis on the hill. That it is, Jerry. It's Mexico time.
Let's go, Oz. I think today marks the first day that I took a shot at tequila without Oz being in the general vicinity of me.
Why would you do that to yourself, Pete?
It's like, you gotta wake up somehow, right?
Gee.
It was a rough morning. You seen it. I was in here. Wires everywhere.
Yep. All right, he's looking at a one rail escape here.
Oh, Luis almost hit that 10 ball. Do you see that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he doesn't mind riding that cheddar. Those are the times I played him.
He had the 110 going to the side and it just nippled out on him.
All right, Pete. Oh.
Yeah, he can see this too. It's the next question. Does it go past the 6?
I believe it does.
It does look like it goes for sure.
Yeah, from the, that's a nice camera angle. I like that. Yeah, I think the 2 goes. You get a flat cue ball, you come back and forth, and then put the.
And
Unless
again,
you can hold
apologies
it.
for the overlay. I can't figure out how to turn it off because the camera did not come with instructions.
Yeah. He's trying to see how am I going to get on this 3. That way
Yeah.
the 7 doesn't get my life to get on the 4.
Yeah,
He doesn't mind drawing it, but when he gets on the 3, but he's just trying to get the best angle. I think he's going to play a flat cue ball, come back and forth. Cue ball might end up somewhere
Yep,
where
Manny
the
knows.
2 is right now.
Manny knows better than anyone right now. This is going to be the shot of the rack.
He was able to get above it.
Get out of traffic.
Good shot. Didn't know he had room to even come that close to the 4. I thought he had to hold it there.
Might have had a little Spanish on it.
So vintage. That's right, Pete.
Well, thank you. I actually designed that in Photoshop. Kind of a last minute deal.
Camera's got a personality, Pete.
Oh, the overlay on that camera. Gotcha. Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the scoreboard overlay. That was the one that I had to kind of last minute put together.
All right, we got a potential 510 or a 5.6. Unless he chooses to get under it where he's pointing. He can do that. I thought he was a bit too steep to do that, but if he can roll it to do that, he's in prime position.
I think he's just punching it just top center right there.
Oh, great
he's-
shot.
You think he's going to take the carom on this? I think he is.
I don't know. You sell out.
He's the
Sell out
gambling
if
guy.
you don't make it.
True. Oh, no, he's playing smart.
Manny doesn't like combos, caroms, anything like. I mean, it's not that he doesn't like them. He's very 1 through 10. I mean, unless that thing's hanging in the pocket.
Yeah. Should have called the 10, man. 5 survives and 10 is in.
Well, this is an option back to Brian. Should take this. So I think there's a safe there. I don't think he wants to take on the combo here. I think he's going to try and utilize that 8 somehow and play safe. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell the angle from here, but
I mean, yeah. I think you're dead on that, though.
given this,
Combo's risky unless you want to play up to this. Yeah,
he's
he's going for
taking it
combo.
on.
Nice.
It must be straight enough that he feels good about it.
Yeah, I think with the cue ball into the 5 ball right now, it's probably pretty much a wired combo from where he's sitting at.
Yeah. I don't know. When the balls are that far separated, there's no such thing as wired when I shoot them.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Everybody else seems to make them better than me.
Yeah.
But
I should say a advantageous angle
yeah,
where he's sitting at right now for the combo.
No, you're right. I was just looking for a reason to
That's the other thing, too,
complain.
that we didn't talk about right there is pace, man. You hit that ball too full, and it's going to close that corner down pretty good.
That wasn't too bad. I don't think maybe he thought he couldn't hold the. Like I said, I couldn't see the angle. Maybe he thought he couldn't hold the cue ball behind that 8 or what. Angles are deceiving from here.
True that.
We're looking at it sideways.
Yeah, how many times we have called balls like, oh, it doesn't go, this doesn't combo, this doesn't go.
Oh,
It's
I know.
just like right
They
in the hole.
fire it through a stack. All right, Manny, let's see what you got. And try and cut or spin it. He does cut balls really well, but
This is
your instinct is
easy.
to play safe. There's just nothing that's super obvious here, I don't think. Unless you want to.
trying to save down behind the 10.
Oh, did he get there? Wow.
Yeah, I got most of it.
Yeah, I promise you he didn't want that 5 coming up near that much, but he was able to utilize the 10, which is what he was trying to do.
Now, Brian might have an edge of this 5, but I don't think he has enough of the edge for it to be potted in the side. It's a little bit more of a slower rack comparatively to the beginning part of this race, huh?
Well, yeah, it's starting to come down to it. Brian knows you really can't lose this one. You don't want to be down 5-1 when your opponent needs 2 and you need 6.
Every rack right here is so crucial for him.
Every rack's a swing. You really, really want this one if you're Brian. And unfortunately, he's in a tough spot. I do think he has to kick at this speed. I don't think he has an edge.
You think so, huh? I
Yeah.
think he has a barely of an edge, but I think this is going to be more beneficial for him for sure if you're confident kicking this.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe on the... No, it's going to boot out. I saw that 7 ball sitting right there for a second. I thought I was going to pin up on it. Had a chance. Or at least interfere. Manny's just got to play this forward. I mean, the 7 ball is going to stop any kind of... You got to kind of play this at a pace just in case you clip the 7-2 coming through. The 7 might bump out on you. Yeah, it's perfect.
Really like what he did there because the 7 to the 8 was gonna be tough from the 6.
Yeah.
Create a little separation off that rail. That means he can probably play it in the side, which is what he'll probably do. Don't mind coming under it either. Even though he came short, he's not gonna be too upset because this is a fairly natural shot to come 3 rails. You just want to get past the 10 coming around.
Yeah. And he's done this shot a million times, I'm sure.
Yeah. Fairly natural, just missing the 10. You don't have to get perfect on it, obviously. You like that angle, just like that. Hit that ball.
Might be a little steeper than he wanted.
Yeah.
The 8 ball is tucked on that rail. I mean, it's back there.
He was always going to be okay going that way. He is, like you said, he is steeper than he wants to be. But it's something you kind of gamble on when you shoot that shot. Oh, is he going to get a roll?
I think it's getting a roll.
He did get a roll. Asking a lot coming into that ball. I wonder if that was his intention or if he was trying to come up and down. Must have been his intention.
Yeah, he played that 8 ball pretty much just dead center.
Oh. That one's going to hurt.
That was that rushing thing I was talking about earlier. He got down kind of quick and he looked a little unsure on his stroke.
I think this is tighter on the side than it looks. I still think I don't think it's tough. I do think... Oh, yeah, it's straight in, of course.
Right. It's all right, I forgive you, because I was thinking the same thing.
No kidding. I thought at first I didn't even think it went in the side.
All right. Big rack for Brian right there. Staying alive. Staying in. 4-2 currently on a race to 7. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the last things I got to do besides all the shopping list stuff that I was telling earlier was to get that overhead cam going. Like, that needs to be a thing. I want it so bad.
Man, that was brutal.
Yep.
All right. Well, will they take a 2-minute break? Luis won over there already, correct?
Yep, I think it was 7-2 against Kurt, so Kurt's out 5th, 6th slot.
That's 5th, 6th over there. Was the loser of that one?
Yes, and same thing with the loser on this side too as well. So. So it might be a little bathroom break. 2-minute stop here.
Yeah, this is where if you're Brian's backer, you go in the restroom, rough him up a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Manny's hitting the shot over and over again right now. He knows it.
Well,
He knows it.
he was having a
gonna hit it
favorite to
bad.
make that. I wonder I might be going out on a limb here, Pete, but I wonder if he felt a bit guilty of how well that ball rolled because he
10 ball,
didn't
yeah.
intend to run into the 10.
Yeah, it's like the
And maybe-
subconscious miss, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. When you feel mildly guilty, everybody knows. When you feel mildly guilty over a
Yeah.
rack, it's so much harder to play, I
It
think.
is.
Now, granted, he could have just missed the shot, but
Yeah.
if his intention wasn't to run into that 10 and he got a lucky roll,
Yeah.
that guilt sometimes gets the best of us.
Yeah, and judging by his body language when he shot that, I mean, he was already pretty much standing when that cue came through the cue ball. So, I mean, I think it was just kind of maybe should have stepped back for one more time or two more times and taken a look. But I think the shot was harder than to give it the typical two-stroke. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take that title block off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're good to do that. All right. Looks like Brian's right back in it.
Brian looks very serious right now, by the way. I think there was a little bit of, you were talking about it last week, maybe a splash of water on the face and a little bit of a mental reset.
Well, he didn't do a whole lot wrong in the first 3, 4, 5 racks. It really seemed like it was, I mean, Manny had a roll here and there, but he really just kept the pressure on him, and then Brian would kick, get safe, and finally leak something out, and then Manny was out. Now he finally had I want to say a roll go his way, but Manny opened the door for him. He's got to feel like, man, I finally caught a break.
Yeah.
At least I would. I mean, you got 2 monsters on the table.
True. This rack's a little uncomfortable, 1 to 2 here. The 5 does have the option to play off the 7 into the side, and that's kind of your last hard ball. The 9 ball being in front of this pocket is kind of a little weird. It's going to be a problem for the 8. It's going to force you to play the other way or the combo.
Well, he's looking at right now, does the 1 pass the 9? And if it does, can I hold the cue ball for the 2 if so?
Yeah, and it looks like that's going to come off with some pace.
Yeah, so I think it's just thin enough where he's kind of considering, okay, well, I might have to go a different route, maybe a safety option or maybe a 1-9 combo. I think that's something he may be considering. Yeah, he went with the safe route specifically because he couldn't hold that cue ball for the 2, cutting the 1 by the 9. I like that option, but I do think he's left enough of the 1 that Manny can kind of punish him here for it.
Yeah, but he's definitely got some play room to get that cue ball at least to the end of the table. He might actually even have a better opportunity to play.
I think he's calling it by the 7, Pete. I think he can see enough of it.
Yeah, and I was going to say this is a pretty good angle to hold for this 2 as well.
Yeah, he's honestly in a really good spot here if he can make this 1. Yeah, I don't think he could see enough of it.
Yeah. Got lucky on the 1 ball plays.
Shaking his head like maybe he could see enough of it.
I think he was thinking about the 2 ball position, or getting position on the 2 ball, I should say, and the pace, right? That's going to interfere with you, especially when the angle's a little bit wider than you want it to be.
You know what might also have been an element? Maybe he didn't want to move that 7, so he's trying to cheat the right side of the pocket. So the 7 stayed there. That way you don't get in the worst spot on the table just below that point. I think that might have been part of his thought process. Or he could have just hit it bag.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We all hit balls bad from time to time, but I do think that was an element to that. Getting on the 2 is no walk in the park for Brian. Maybe a safe coming here. Good speed. Great speed. He's looking at the jump. The jump's real tight. I would argue he would decide against it just because of how tight that jump is. Yeah, he's gonna kick at it. That's what I figured. It's just so tight to get that cue ball up and down and land on that 1 there.
Yeah. And it's risky. I mean,
with
this rack
accuracy.
is pretty wide open. Well, I was going to say that 1 and the 2 are the hardest parts about this rack, but if you give someone ball in hand, it's going to make it easily runnable.
Yeah.
This 9 ball now is out a little bit. The 2 ball still passes to this corner.
Yeah, you're right about that, Pete. With where the 2 sat, I wanted to guarantee that he didn't give him ball in hand. Make him work for that 2.
Yep. He was looking for a little bit more inside English on that, and I think it just kind of came out flat. Good stroke on the ball.
Do you think that 5-10 goes off the 7 in the side?
Ooh, the 5-10. Yes.
Can I get another?
100%.
Can I get another camera angle on that 10 ball if it's off the rail? That might go, Pete.
I think it
I
does.
don't know if it does, but it might go.
I think it definitely has a chance. I mean, that 7 ball is sticking out enough. I mean, you look at the side angle. I mean, it definitely is holding the right angle, and look how far it's peeking out right here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe an option. This rack may be a race to the 5 ball. Because if that 10 plays off the 7, that's what he's looking at.
That's definitely what Manny's looking at right now.
There's a mild shake of the head. Don't know if it goes now, Pete.
The 10 ball, it might be a kind of a funny angle on that 5-10 as well. They might not be.
Yeah, the 10 seems to be a bit off the rail from my view, but when you show it on the camera, it doesn't, so I can't tell.
I mean, I think he's, the way the ball is, or his cue ball ended up right here, I think he might be forced to play this, yeah. He's going to be naturally coming down underneath, which this 9 ball is going to be kind of tough to maneuver.
Yeah, it tells me it's not dead, just the way he's looking at it. Or the 9 is just too much in it. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he may have to do some kind of magic, on the 5-10 right here.
I think I'm over-analyzing this a little bit. I'm just going to let him shoot and see what he wants to do here.
Oh my, what are the odds of that?
Well,
that was a pretty small window to hit without touching any of that.
oh, I know.
I was going to say this 5-10 might have been difficult before, but ball in hand is going to be your best bet if it does go.
Yeah, just how long they're looking at this tells me this is a little offset. Tells me he's got to cut the 5 just right to run into the 10 to hit the 7. Or the 7's just not out far enough. I don't know. Great shot. Yeah, so the shot was there. You just had to get good on it.
Yeah. I mean, they both kind of looked at it more than once, and we're kind of uncomfortable with it. But I really think Manny should have played that ball low, maybe try to come up into the 5, and I don't know.
It was tough.
He had a long shot to begin with. I mean, that's a cross table on the rail.
Manny didn't have a natural angle to get on that 5-10.
Yeah, with that traffic that was down there, absolutely.
He had to kind of manipulate the cue ball a little bit there. I think just because it was a little offset, that's what it had to. That factored into why maybe you tried to run into it. But with ball in hand, it was definitely doable.
Well, again, we mentioned Brian's very high need to win some racks here. He's brought it back 4-3, and we're back to a ball game. I mean, it was 4-1 to 4-3. I mean, that's a huge swing.
Yeah, I told you from the start. I think both these guys are monsters. It's hard to fend the other guy off without them rattling off at least a few racks.
Yeah. I mean, between the 4 tables we've watched so far, the amount of sway, like the 2 or 3 rack sway, has been pretty phenomenal. It's fun to watch for sure. One mistake can lead to 2 or 3 down, and that's normally how it, usually is. But under pressure and stuff, you usually see a little bit more even out. Not so many packs opened up on people, and
yeah. I anticipate a safe here. I don't think he can hold this for the 3 easily. He's looking at some kind of safe. There's a few different ways he can go about it. Let's see what he wants to do here. Bit of creativity to that shot. He was trying to come around, get behind that 5.
I think Manny's going to already be looking at this bank. I'm sitting on the line, and this is just a straight bottom. I think he's just going to drill this in.
Yeah, I think you got to fire it in and hold the angle.
Oh, he's going to go for the cutter now.
Oh, yeah, that does not look like it goes right angle. It might be a safe, or it might.
Maybe a 2-way on this.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a 2-way on it.
Wow. I mean, that did not look easy. That was incredible. Oh, I probably didn't have the right camera angle on for that.
I know the viewers are tired of us beating a dead horse, but just the camera angle on that did not. I mean, did that even look like it mildly went?
No, not even close. I mean, you could tell by his body language too when he sunk it.
You couldn't shoot that ball. If that ball was the cue ball, you couldn't shoot it in that pocket. That was incredible. I do think there was. I don't know. What a shot. Great shot. Check inside, held it off that second rail. Play inside on that shot. Usually slides off the first rail, and that check inside holds off the second. He judged it perfectly. It's really an advanced shot if you're not comfortable with it as far as speed control.
This 9-ball is going to be a little tricky, but it shouldn't pose too much of a problem for him.
Yeah, I think he's straighter than we think. I think he can get out of there. Yeah. Doing good.
Eduardo visiting the booth.
Yeah.
He's got a nice angle on the 6 as well for the 7.
Oh, you're right about the 8. I didn't see what you're talking about the 9, but yeah, no, it's in the way for sure. And
yeah.
Unless he feels comfortable getting that cue ball to the side rail. Not easy from there.
Yeah. He wanted more than anything to be farther on that ball and closer.
Yeah, fuller on the 7 for sure. Let's see what you got, Manny. Nothing easy about getting on the 7.
Nada. I mean, I think he is dead straight on the 7 ball.
I think he's got almost an angle that wants to run it, like clip off the 10 going forward. You might be able to, if you roll it, you might be able to avoid that. Yeah.
Nice call. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I think he was looking into the 10. Great stroke on that to hold that without clipping that 10 through. Because that's an automatic scratch, right? If you're messing with that.
Yeah, I'm scared of that. That's really a good shot. He's still got his hands full with this 8-9.
The nice thing
8's
is
really straight.
He is a little off the rail with his cue ball, so he still has an angle to kind of work with on the 9.
Look so cute with your hat backward, looking like twinsies.
Oh, get in the shade. Wow.
Taking some abuse from the boss, man.
Always.
Yeah, that shot was always going to be tough. He knew he was going to have a back cut on this 9. Roll it forward. Just like that. What a shot. Little under it. Shouldn't be a problem with it. Just play a touch outside. Touch outside and miss that side pocket. And there you go. Good shot.
All right, Manny fires back. In the face of the Brian counter. It's Manny within 2.
Yep. Manny goes to 2. Brian goes to 4. This match is far from over.
This is definitely true. And odds are, since it's on our stream, it'll be Hill.
Yeah.
It's almost inevitable. Both players look tired after these last 2 racks. They've been kind of uncomfortable, to say the least, to play around and run out on. At least in comparison to the beginning of how the first part of the set went. I mean, the first 2-3 racks went like lightning.
Yeah. Oh man, he always looks real intense, and he always looks real into it. And I think shows that he really cares. Oh, brutal to get.
He's definitely very animated about stuff right now, which is kind of a rare.
Though he didn't hit that rack extremely square, it still was a bit unfortunate for that cue. Like, it kicked so hard to go flying in the corner like that.
Yeah. I think Brian's going to take a long look at this 210 here because that 2 ball is not comfortable to shoot at after this one.
Sophia, I don't want to bet. I don't want to bet against you ever again. You seem to have some knowledge that I don't.
Your betting buddy is in chat right now.
You've taken like $300 from me and Dara. I bet last week against you, against Tony Usyk, who just steamrolled that guy.
Steamrolled.
Yeah. Or you seem to. You got some Vegas insider information that I'm not down with anymore.
That was a Tony double dip, right?
Yep.
He's going to play up and just play into the side. He hit a little bit long, but it's still okay-ish. I think you still have enough of this 2 to kind of hold it for the 3. It's going to be an uncomfortable angle, but... And if you don't, well, you got to work with some rails here or play safe.
And it will go hill. We love you, Sophia. Some days more so than others, but...
Ooh, Sophia, I need actually insider information. How's the dock tournament going down there? Is Casey's team still in? Oh, that was so unfortunate. If he hit his angle, too, he wouldn't have scratched right there and probably at least had to look at the 3.
Yeah, a little bit too much speed trying to get on the 2 there. It was a very speed-sensitive shot, but he had a tough cut on the 2. He really didn't. He really didn't lose control on that shot. It was more so having to shoot such a tight shot on the 2 from the ball before. I like a little draw, a little bottom right to the side rail and out. I think that's what he's going to do here. Just like that. Good shot. Good speed, good shot. Fairly natural to draw to the side rail and back out. And get a good angle from the 6 to the 7. Oh, he can go forward with it. He can miss the 10 going forward. That's what he's doing. Good shot. Thought the 10 was in the way there.
Yep, just keep it simple, I guess, you know?
Very natural.
He's on the good side of the 6 ball, too, as well. Just bump down for the 7.
He's on a good side of all of these balls here. I think the 8's natural to get on the 9. 7's natural to get on the 8. As long as you maintain an angle throughout, you're just fine.
This will be the hardest shot out of this run out right here, I believe. Yeah, maybe the 8's 9. I mean,
just like to get somewhere near the center of the table here.
Yep. Oh, short side.
It was short siding, yeah.
I don't think he was planning for it.
He's indicating that the ball rolled off a bit. He wanted it a bit more closer to the center of the table.
I don't think that table's rolling that bad, man. I think you were going short side no matter what there. I think he was trying to play for the center table, though. I think he just kind of mishit it a little bit. Short side, though, man. That's a power move.
That's pool players, Pete. It's never our fault. You know that.
Hey, man, if it's not the tables, it's ceiling fans. And he kind of in between on this one.
Yeah, he's all right. He'll cut this in, come 3 rails for the 10. Maybe utilize that 4th rail. I don't think so. He'll come a bit short. Come around 1, 2, 3. He's going to use the 4th rail.
Look at this ball speed. It's going to be
He is not great. Great shot.
Well, okay. Thank you, Sophia, for filling me in. I didn't know you guys were knocked down yesterday. Yeah, she kind of filled me in on how they're doing in the roster that they're playing with, and I'm kind of blown away.
Well, Pete, I believe that puts them on the hill.
I believe it does.
Some happy Manny fans out there for sure. However, like we said before, these guys are both really good. This match is far from over.
Alrighty, 6-3. We're waiting for this match, obviously, to wrap up before we have the remainder of our bracket. It's going to be, you can follow along at home on Digital Pool. Look up the tournaments, the 650 and under Southwest Championship Tour, stop number 1. At Bullshooters, it'll give you live updates and where the bracket lays. I think we're on our final 6 or final 4 people here. We started today with the final 8. Oh, Jerry, I was kind of part of that whole thing. We got second or third, and we were at home. I think me and Casey were driving home when the sun was coming up. It was pretty wild. Justin's stepping away, but he'll definitely respond to you in a second. Again, I'll reiterate, we are dual streaming Facebook and YouTube, so if YouTube is a better option for you to Chromecast to your TV or cast or even get access, it does look wildly better over there. If you do find yourself over there, please subscribe. It's under Donkey Pool Productions. Hit the subscribe button and you'll get all the notifications. I think for the time being, we're going to be dual streaming, I guess for the foreseeable future. So Jason played Manny yesterday, and nearly perfect on his match. Okay, he's a monster. Oh, do you want back in?
Well,
You're not allowed to step away.
Yeah, no. I mean, only if you want me. Jerry Stuckert. We won the Doc Rice. Yeah, no. I personally, I had to pick up my kid from my mom's house, so I didn't get home till maybe 4:35 a.m. So I'm glad that they went back to the 2-day thing, at least for those that are participating in that, for sure.
Man, he got an unfortunate roll right there. Sorry you guys didn't see it. Didn't catch the camera angle in time, but he came 2 rails for it, hit it just a little bit wrong, and swapped the cue ball for the one into the pocket.
Yeah, just underneath that one. Jerry, I remember that. Yeah, that was more of a test of stamina, I think, than it was maybe how good we were. That was brutal. I had fun though. All right, Pete. Brian's got a chance to get himself back in this match here.
I was gonna say this table looks pretty healthy. I don't know about where this cue ball's going though. Just, yeah, he's frustrated. It's so brutal just having an open table like this, and now you find yourself shooting over a ball over the side pocket.
Yeah, if he wasn't over it,
I think he's dead straight on this 3.
Yeah. If it wasn't over it, he might have a chance to get back and draw it or follow it and get on the 4-6 combo, but I think being over the 6 is taking that away from him.
Yeah, I think he was. There was a little bit of frustrations, and I had been there though, man. When you're just you're doing everything in your power to try and get your butt back in the game, and something like that happens. Previous ball before wasn't even stroked that bad too. It's just kind of rolled out on him just a little bit too far. And he's kind of a little stuck right here. I think he can see. I don't know.
It looks like he can make it. He can make it. Yeah, I'm surprised Brian moved the 6 with the stick when he shot that ball. And I think Manny may, well, may have preferred the 6 where it was, unless that 4 passes that 6. I think it does. I don't know.
Yeah, I
but
think that
like he
was-
would have liked to have it moved back after that.
I think though, like you said, you had mentioned, if that 4 ball does now go on that side, I mean, it's definitely beneficial to leave it. Yeah, I think that's why he left it out. But I mean, if it didn't go, I mean, yeah, you definitely want that 6 in there.
That 8 passes, right? You got an angle on it.
Ooh. Well, Justin, my eyes are getting a little bit older. If it does go, it's very tight.
Really?
Very tight.
Looks like it goes from here. But I don't have the line of the shot. Man, he's really looking at what angle do I want on the 7 to best get on the 8. That's the time to plan it right now. Figure out what's the best pocket for that 8 from the 7, and what's the easiest way to get shape there. I think he played it. If that 8 passes the 10, I think he played it well. He can kind of stun this over, or at least move it. I don't think he has to stun it. He can roll it forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Manny's going to either play the bank or safe here. I mean, he's going to have a long look at this. Either that or I am going blind.
Like I said, it goes from here, but when you have the line on it, maybe.
Yeah, he's going to play the left side. He played it perfect. It was going to be the left side of that pocket. That's all he had.
Yeah.
Hot seat next. You are correct. I was wrecked for multiple days afterwards. So were we.
Yeah, go forward 3 rails here. Shoot it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. A little high, but that's perfect.
It's okay. He's hit this ball a million times before. This is a big shot for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a little bit more time. Ooh, great with the jaws up there. That puts Manny up. Brian is out on 5th and 6. Good job, bud. Made it very far through a tough field. So, Tim, on the announcement overhead, because we're on Facebook right now, we cannot stream for more than 4 hours at a time, so we will be shutting the stream down and then rebooting it with a 10-minute timer. So please bear with us. You may have to refresh, or with Facebook, probably go back to the Donkey Pool page and then go from there. YouTube, we should just, be on the main YouTube channel within 5 seconds. So I'm just going to take it down real quick and put it back up. And we'll see you guys in a moment. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. But yeah, refresh your pages. 5 seconds shutdown, and we'll